Felt he deserved to die 1,000 times, so he pulled out a gun and aimed it at himself. Because he had burned his 3 children to death, the police, full of sympathy, were taking Lee's statement. He recounted the tragic events of the night before. He had been drinking with friends until 2 a.m., and the noise made it hard for the kids to sleep. His wife couldn't take it anymore. She yelled at them to get the hell out. After sending his friends away, Lee, still unsatisfied, went out again, this time to buy more alcohol from town. And that one decision led directly to the tragedy. He also bought diapers for the kids. It was a 20-minute round trip from the house to town, but when he returned, he found the house in flames. The fire wasn't fully extinguished until the next day. Firefighters pulled 2 blackened body bags from the rubble. Those were his 2 daughters. The youngest son's body had been burned to nothing. His wife had passed out from smoke inhalation and was taken away in an ambulance. After recounting the events, Lee fell silent, waiting quietly for the judgment of the law. The police recorded everything and were ready to let him go. To them, it seemed like nothing more than a tragic accident.
Like a million other people did last night. Not gonna crucify you. Not a crime to forget to put the screen on the fireplace.
But Lee couldn't forgive himself. He snatched the officer's gun and pointed it at his own head. That fire didn't just burn down his house, it burned down his marriage. He left Manchester and started a new life in Boston. Lee rented a dark basement apartment, doing maintenance work in the community. His face always wore a cold, empty expression, the passion for life long gone. But who could truly understand the pain he carried inside? He worked hard, but couldn't escape his own guilt and sorrow. Maybe only time could slowly heal the wounds and help Lee rediscover the meaning of life. Pretty girls tried to chat with him. He didn't care. 2 men whispered nearby. He thought they were talking about him and went straight up to fight them. At night, he'd return to his dark little room, sit on the couch, fall asleep to the TV. He gradually grew used to this painful life, until one day, a call came from the Manchester hospital. The operator told Lee his brother had suffered a sudden heart attack and was in critical condition.
Well, how's he doing now?
Lee rushed back immediately, but by the time he walked through the hospital doors, his brother was already gone.
Hey, Lee.
Is he dead?
I'm sorry, Lee. He passed away about an hour ago.
He didn't make it in time for a final goodbye. Lee was heartbroken, but masked his sorrow with that familiar cold expression. He left the hospital and went to the school to tell his nephew. When the boy saw Lee standing at the door, he already knew his dad was in the hospital again. After being brought to the hospital, the nephew took one look at his father's body, then turned and walked away. Maybe he didn't love his father at all. That night, he invited a few friends over to the house. Laughter filled the silent space. Lee, now taking on the adult role, ordered them pizza, but he stayed in the corner by himself, quietly chewing on dry bread. The next day, the lawyer delivered Lee his brother's will. Lee was named the boy's legal guardian and inherited all of his brother's assets. Even more unexpected, his brother had prepared moving expenses for him, hoping he would return to Manchester from Boston. Lee didn't understand why his brother would choose him. He couldn't take care of anyone, but losing family is a lesson everyone must face. And so, Lee took on the responsibility of being his nephew's guardian. Because of the cold winter, the body couldn't be buried until spring. So in the meantime, it had to stay in the morgue's freezer. One night, the nephew opened the freezer, and a frozen slab of meat fell out. He tried to shove it back in, but was suddenly overwhelmed by grief. His hands trembled. The cold, stiff meat reminded him of his father's frozen body in the morgue. That great man, now just a memory. Lee came over and tried to comfort him.
What do you want? Are you sick?
I don't know. I feel really weird. I'm sick. I'm having a panic attack.
If you're gonna freak out every time that you see a frozen chicken, I think we should go to the hospital. I don't know anything about this.
I just don't like it being in the freezer.
You've expressed that very clearly. I don't like it either. There's nothing we can do about it.
The next morning, Lee woke up in his brother's room. He walked to the window and stared outside. Manchester by the sea was as calm as ever, as if nothing had changed. The window shattered, and Lee's hand was cut. At dinner, his nephew noticed the wound, the blood silently speaking of his uncle's pain. He understood. The hurt wasn't his alone. The funeral was held as scheduled. Everyone who had known his brother showed up. His ex-wife came too, with her new husband. She hugged the man she once loved deeply, then turned away and left. The once empty room was now full of people. Only Lee, standing in the corner, seemed completely out of place. After the funeral, Lee ran into his ex-wife on the street. He saw her child, and it broke him inside. He wanted to escape the suffocating space, but she wanted to talk.
You could see if you want.
Could we ever have lunch?
Us, you and me?
Yeah. I've said a lot of terrible things to you.
Yeah.
But I know you never Maybe you don't want to talk to me.
It's not that.
Let me finish. However, my heart was broken. It's always gonna be broken. But I know yours is broken too. But I don't have to carry it. I should fucking burn in hell for what I said to you.
No,
It was just...
no, Randy, no.
I'm just sorry.
I can't.
I love you.
I'm sorry, I've gotta go.
We couldn't have lunch.
I'm really sorry, I don't think so. I thank you for saying everything that you
You
said.
can't just die.
I'm not.
Honey,
I want you to be happy.
honey,
and
I see you walking around here. And I
would
just
wanna
want to
talk-
tell you.
I would want to talk to you, Randy.
Please.
Please,
Please.
I'm
Please, you
very-
gotta... I don't know what...
No,
I
this is
don't want
not.
to torture you.
You're not torturing me.
I just want to tell you that I was wrong.
No. You understand? There's nothing there. There's nothing there.
That's not true. That's not
Listen,
true.
you understand this. You don't understand. And I don't know what this. I know you understand. I gotta go. I'm sorry.
Lee went to a bar to drown himself in alcohol, but under the influence, he got into a fight. Joe showed up just in time to pull him out and took him home to patch up his wounds. There, Lee finally broke down and cried.
Come on, buddy.
In that moment, he wasn't a tough man, just a lost soul, adrift in an ocean of grief. Back home, Lee tried to warm up a can of tomato soup, but his body was exhausted, and his mind grew foggy. He forgot to turn off the stove. The smell of burning filled the kitchen. In that haze, he seemed to see his 2 daughters long gone.
Daddy. Daddy.
Yes, honey.
You see me burning?
No, honey. You're not burning.
Suddenly jolted awake, he shut off the gas, panic overtaking him. He was terrified. The same fire might happen again. He went to Joe, begging him to adopt his nephew. Back home, Lee told the boy about the decision.
Why can't you stay?
Come on, Daddy. I can't beat it. I can't beat it. I'm sorry.